Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at a new product here. These were sent to me from the folks over at Lithium, so I want to thank McKenna for sending these out to me. These are the graphene infused trim restoration cubes. You've seen these on multiple videos here. We're going to take a look at it. I'm actually going to coat the front cowl of the Impala here, but pretty straightforward. It said it keeps the trim protected and looking new for forever, or 250 washes, whichever comes first. Super easy to use, pre-impregnated applicators. Just remove from the resealable bag and wipe. Kit comes complete with sponge applicators and protective gloves. I already had my gloves on. Directions to ensure optimal results: it's best to clean and prepare the surface with IPA. With this, remove any contaminants or residue from past products, and IPA is isopropyl alcohol. Using the gloves which were provided in the kit, open the bag and remove a single trim cube. With light to medium pressure, wipe down the plastic parts with product, occasionally flipping the sponge. In order to achieve maximum coverage, once full coverage is achieved, buff dry with a clean microfiber towel. If any streaking or high spot occur, buff with a moist microfiber towel, then dry. If the plastic is severely damaged or discolored, you may need to apply a second coat. Allow product to cure for 8 to 12 hours before getting wet. So there is no rain in the forecast. We're to the point where we're drying things out. So I don't believe there's going to be a morning dew here, but we'll see what happens. I think it's going to have plenty of time to cure in it. So I actually opened this a while ago just to see what's in here. So let's see, you get the directions in here. So you put on the gloves, use the cleaner provided in the kit labeled step 1 to wipe down the surface, make sure everything is completely dry before starting. Open the trim cube packet once again, keep it away from your face and eyes, do not breathe it. Use in a well ventilated area with medium to light pressure. Run trim cube on the plastic surface, wait approximately 60 seconds to buff dry. Towards the end of its use, squeeze the cube in the middle to release more graphene. So again, the directions are here. Expectations. Okay, it says lithium trim cubes are the best way there is to restore and protect plastic. However, they are not magic and therefore do have limitations. They will not make you thinner. They will not make you thinner or your car faster. That's pretty good. It says, okay, 4 trim cubes should easily do enough to do 2 cars or 1 large car. However, this also depends on the condition of the plastic. Once treated, your plastic will stay looking great for 400 of washes. If your plastic is not properly cleaned beforehand, results will not be as spectacular as they otherwise would be. However, we include the cleaner. That's pretty good. So that's kind of just some more stuff in there. We're going to take one wipe here, and we're going to get the cleaner in here. Again, I've already have my gloves on, so we're not going to use that. The gloves in the kit, but there are gloves in the kit, just so you guys. Let me just put this on before I spill it. Let's put that in here. Okay. So there are a pair of gloves in the kit if you need them. So we're going to take one wipe. We're going to go to the Impala. We're going to just do the front cowl. I'm not going to get into the whole specifics of that, me moving away from actually applying trim coatings to personal vehicles. Actually, I don't really coat trim anymore unless that vehicle from a customer comes in and they want it coated, then I will coat it. But normally I don't coat trim. I moved back to trim sealants and trim restoration products rather than trim coatings. Now the trim here, it's a little windy out here, so bear with me. Let me move this towel over here. The trim here, I actually coated this trim I don't know how long ago, and the last time I coated this I think was about 1.5 years ago with I want to say the Poor Boys trim coating. So I keep constantly putting a coating on top of it so it maintains its look. So before I put the wipe on, let's go ahead and just open this up. And I'm just going to scrub it with this this towel here, just to remove. And again, if you want to wash your car if possible. So I just washed this car. I did a rinseless on it, and so this will remove anything that's left over from the wash process. Let's see if I can squeeze in here. There's some leaves and stuff in there. you can see the trim was a little dirty, so I picked up a little remaining dirt in there. And I'm really pressing in here because I want to scrub this trim really well so I can remove anything that I may have missed during the wash process. So you can see it's picking up a little bit of dirt on there, as I mentioned. So again, just gonna keep cleaning the surface here. Now there's no mention if I can use it on like rubber trim, so I'm gonna leave that rubber trim alone. Actually, let me dry this piece up here because I don't want any moisture to fall on there. So there's no mention if I can use it on rubber trim, but you can see I cleaned the trim and picked up some dirt on the towel. So that's step one, pre-wash spray. The next thing you want to do, I don't know if it's easier for you guys to see. I'll apply it down here first. Okay, the next thing you do is you're gonna open this. Next thing you do, you're gonna open this. Didn't open quite right, but okay, put that in my pocket for now. It didn't quite open just right here. We're gonna take the little foam piece out, which again has product in there, so there is a little bit of product down at the bottom of the bag, I believe, just in case it got squeezed out of there. There is not. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take this, and hopefully you guys can actually get a good look here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just apply it. So there is quite a bit of product, so you're gonna wanna go over it pretty light. Yeah, so you're gonna have to come back with the white, but you can see it darkened the trim pretty well. Actually, I'm gonna go to the top. Okay, so kind of just work it in, and I'll go to the other. I'll do one side first. Put this on the thing there. Put this over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually close this a bit, so that you guys can actually get this piece, so you can actually see where I've applied it. Down here it's going to be a little difficult to get in there. Looks pretty darn good though. If I can get that. If you do happen to get some on the glass, I didn't get any on the glass, just take a towel and wipe off any excess. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks good. Looks nice and rehydrated here. Put that down. Pop this open. Let me put this back in the wipe so I can have both hands free. So there's quite a bit of product in there. You're going to get some on your gloves. I have another towel here. Oops, where that little fuzz got there. And you can see I have a little bit of excess product in here, and it's pretty straightforward. All you're going to do is lightly buff and level out any excess product here. And it feels pretty slick on the surface, and it actually looks pretty darn good. So let me take the camera off my head, and I'll give you a closer look at the way it looks. Okay, And you can see where I stopped. So I stopped right here. I hope you guys can actually see that it does bring some life back into the trim. And so the reason I don't coat trim, what you're gonna do, look, I got some excess here on the glass. Just wipe it off like that. So the reason I got away from coating trim is because coatings will eventually fade. I mean, just look at this. This thing was coated about 1.5 years ago. And I constantly have to reapply the coating to keep it looking good. So if these trim cubes can actually restore this and keep this looking good for a longer period of time, I'll just buy some of these and then I'll just keep topping up my trim coating every so often. But it looks pretty good from there. So let me just go ahead and close the door here for the hood. And we'll wipe down the top here. That's a little difficult to see here, but it looks pretty good. Gonna just get you here, and again, that's where I have not touched, and so we'll go ahead and knock that out on that side. Put that down. So we'll knock this side out here. I put the camera back in my head real fast. So bear with me. Okay, so now where I'm situated here, and I'm going to take it out of the bag once again because I had stored it in there. And again, I'm not using any pressure whatsoever. I'm just letting the foam do the work for me. And the benefit to this little foam applicator is it can conform into these little ridges right here. I'm just working it into the plastic here. Okay, so I'm going to coat this part here. There's a lot of product in here, so a little product goes a long way. And because this is a little foam block, I can actually take it under the wiper and let that do its thing. Uh-oh. Okay, let me close this. I can get to that piece. Yeah. Because after this, I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl. So I don't know if this, like I said, I don't know if it can be used on rubber. So hopefully the folks over at Lithium can chime in and mention that. I'm actually going to coat these as well. So let's do that while I'm have you on camera. And we'll take a look at it. Store that right there for a second. Okay. And again, just come back and level any excess here so it looks good. I can see that right there's like just that part doesn't restore anymore. That's why I said the coatings kind of look a little odd. So I'll let that sit a little longer on there. Yeah, it's just like a little spot that just kind of oxidized with coating over time, and it just doesn't look as good. So if you get some on the glass, again, just wipe off any excess. Beautiful. Okay, good. So that's pretty much it for this cowl piece. Again, there's plenty of product in that little wipe. We'll do the mirror over here. I'll put that in my pocket. So we'll put the cleaner on here first. We'll scrub it. This one wasn't as dirty. So this trim is actually in good condition on the outside, this piece here, but again, we can put the, I don't know if this is going to show as much. Okay. Kind of hard to tell. The 50-50 line's right here. Super easy to apply. I'll probably do both mirrors also on the other side. Let's go ahead and go over there and clean that side. And then by the time I let that one, clean this one, it'll be ready to okay, good. It's clean. This one wasn't that bad. Picked up a little bit of dirt. Before we go do that one, let's come over here. I'm going to flip this towel over and level this out. And that's it. I mean, that application's super easy. That you can see how it kind of just darkened up the trim. You know, with this being on the foam little applicator, it's actually pretty nice because I can just shove it in there. And I have control of it being a little foam block. We got one last piece. I'm going to do that one off camera. It's the bottom of the rear back here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is this piece at the very bottom. I'll use the remaining product on there, and we'll get this complete. So if you get some on the glass, just come back, wipe it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So it's restored the trim really well. Real nice product. You can see me here. Okay, so we're just going to lightly level it. And that's it, folks. So that's the let's go back inside because you have to clean my pocket. So that's it for the overall process of applying the lithium trim cube. Again, they give you the cleaner here. So again, if you don't have the cleaner, say if you use this up and you still have some more cubes left over, just like on the back of the bag here, it says you can use isopropyl alcohol. You could probably use your favorite panel wipe of choice. And then you open up one of these little bags and you have the foam applicator that's impregnated with the graphene product here, and you can see it's kind of tapered on one side, so it's very manageable when you're using this to apply it. And there's still plenty of product in here. I'm going to have this left over because the Impala doesn't have a lot of trim, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that bottom piece on the back and with the rest of this trim cube. We're gonna call it a day, and we're gonna see how this performs long term and see if it maintains the look long term, because you saw that the darkening ability that the trim cube did to the trim there that was coated like a year. I think I want to say about 1.5 years ago is when I put it on there, so roughly around that time frame. And like I said, that coating has kind of lost its appearance over time, and that's one of the drawbacks if you're going to be using, like for example, a paint coating on your trim like this, or a dedicated trim coating. Sometimes you're going to want to reapply it on a yearly basis. So if this actually lasts a lot longer in terms of keeping its appearance, then these are a solid purchase, because it already outlasts a trim coating, because again, a trim coating tends to have little problems as it ages. So if you guys have any comments or questions, if you use the lithium trim cubes, go ahead and post down below. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.